So, no, I wouldn't say I have a passion for HR.
Welcome back to Human Resources for the People. It's a human capital revolution. Ontario has taken a new approach to removing barriers for female workers on construction job sites. We're going to talk about it today. This article is from Paulette and Valo LLP. They're lawyers in Canada, and they're talking about a new law that is being passed in Ontario. Construction apprenticeship registration for women has increased by 28% in Ontario. But in March of 2023, Ontario passed a new job which implemented changes to make construction job sites more accessible for women by ensuring that they have access to at least one women's only washroom and making sure washrooms are private, clean, and safe. I think that generally speaking, I thought that that would already be required under the law anyway. I mean, you have to have a certain amount of toilets, for example, in a work site. So I'm kind of surprised it's not, but I guess we'll learn more. And this is going to take effect on July 1st, 2023. So this is going to, the amendments for this include a one facility at the project shall be for the use of female workers only where reasonable in the circumstances. If the facility is intended for use by males or females only, it shall have a sign indicating that. So it sounds like there's no concerns about a male only facility, but there has to be a females only one. And that's sort of interesting. That doesn't really make sense. It sounds great, I guess. I think that increasing accessibility for all is good, but that does mean increasing accessibility for all and not a specific group. And then it has specific rules around the toilet seat, whether or not there's an adequate supply of toilet paper. If there's not an adequate supply, we should all be protesting, as well as a self-closing door that can be locked from the inside. And then finally, it has rules with respect to how it should be illuminated, whether or not it's heated, ventilated, etc. I don't understand why all of this has anything to do with inclusivity with respect to gender, because it seems like this is just the expected nature of washrooms in construction sites, right? Um, I think that's pretty interesting. And it also has a requirement of us, if it's a single toilet facility, it should be completely enclosed. And the idea is that it will reduce barriers by making the workplace more friendly for workers. They did a bunch of bathroom inspections, and they were mostly over a lack of available toilets for workers. Great, fantastic. The Canadian Association of Women in Construction welcomes the efforts. Good. I think my biggest problem here is the nature of these, right? So let's take it. Let's take this a little bit deeper. And this is always, frankly, one of my problems. I think these are, in theory, great strides. I think that there's some problems with it. Some of it seems to be less focused on specific genders and more focused on just making sure the bathrooms are clean and good. All right, but why not expand this, right? So women represent an estimated 8 to 17% of the global mining workforce. I don't imagine that Canada is any different from that. So 8 to 17%, according to this one link down below. Why not do this for mining? Is that what's holding people back in mining? I know that there are quite a few porta potties in mining. I'm well aware of that. Is that not part of it? Same with forestry, which is another big part of Canada and a part of Ontario's economics. But only 21% of forestry jobs in the United States are held by women. So are these part of the barriers to inclusivity? And if so, why aren't they being addressed? And I think that that's my biggest frustration. I think that there is a lot of value in doing some of this work, but laws should be very universal if they are to make sense. And that's not what this law does. And I think that, again, I think it's great in many ways, but let's increase the representation across the board. Let me know what you think about Ontario's new law. I think it's kind of interesting. I really I've probably preached on it too much this channel, but when things are supposed to be inclusive, let's make it for all inclusive for all industries. Leave a comment, like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next video. Bye, guys.